Today we got the BRS E-Volve Apache. Great little knife, and we're gonna be putting it through a bunch of tests today. This is gonna be a new series on testing all kinds of gear, watches, knives, flashlights, and it works with y'all's input. The test I'm gonna be putting this through, if you think I should be doing it differently, a different kind of test, just leave a comment below and I'll most likely take that suggestion. I'm just trying to do realistic tests of gear that you wanna buy or already have to see how they do. So let's get to it. Start things off, we have a mud test. Now, with this new series, I definitely want to put the gear through realistic tests. I know this is a bit extreme, but I really, especially with the knives, I want to test the grip on the handle and if it can handle some dirt or a lot of dirt going into the locking mechanism. And then we'll get onto the sharpness test. And I'm just trying to be a little bit realistic, but also a little bit dramatic so I can fully test it. So we got the mud test. Been sitting in here for, I don't know, a good couple, maybe 3 minutes or more, just getting it real in there. And this is going to be a lot worse for these kind of knives with button locks. Obviously the fixed blades would pass through this. It would really just be for the grip on a fixed blade, but this is going to test the grip on this G10, and it's going to see how much dirt's going to get up in there on this button lock and if it's still going to work. I mean, we're kind of, there we go. Look at that. Not going to be able to flick it open. It's kind of working. It's not going to lock out yet. Let's actually put some more mud in there. Get it real down in there. As far as the grip goes, if we're going to hold it right there, it's a small knife to begin with, so you're not going to have a lot of purchase on there. My pinky's kind of off, but yeah, that's, I mean, to be expected with this G10. There's not a lot of texture on there. It's pretty slick, but, and it's pretty slick, but if I do kind of a closed fist grip here, it's actually not too bad. Again, it's slick. I would have to wash it off to get a better grip. Yeah, see, once you wash that mud off real quick, I mean, the grip's gonna come back. Let's try to get this to work. There we go. As far, oh, I feel like it's gonna, there we go. Oh, not yet. Definitely do not do this at home. I'm trying to see if it's gonna lock open. It wants to. It's getting there. We're just gonna wash it a little bit more. There we go. That's locked in place. Yep, that's not going anywhere. No. The flipper is the only thing that's kind of getting caught. There we go. It's like an insanely strong detent. There we go. Just perfect. Can use the button lock and can use the flipper. The flipper keeps getting stuck. I don't know if, the button lock's perfect, but if I want to use the flipper, okay. But if I'm using the button lock, it's locking open, it's shutting close, it's good. The moment I want to use that flipper, you got to apply a lot of force. And that one actually kind of popped out. It's just, there's definitely something just caught in there. I would say that's an overall. That would be a pass. Just get a good cleaning. Grip, obviously, when there's a ton of mud on it, you're not getting any grip there at all. Once it's washed off, it's back. You can tell there's only texture in the middle. On the upper and bottom, there's no texture, so it's real slick. So you're just getting that texture in the middle. But overall, pretty good. If you want to take a knife on a mud runner, this might not be a bad option. Just don't use the flipper. That keeps getting stuck. Overall, pretty good. Next test we got is a tip test. Now this is a softer wood, so it should do just fine. But we're still just going to put it through the test. And I know you're not supposed to use your knife as a pry bar, but did you really use your knife if you never tried to, you know, pry a staple out? Or, I mean, at least I have used it to pry something with. I'm sure all of us are guilty of doing it too. So, again, this is a softer wood, so I'm going to expect this to be just fine. And also, this knife in general. This knife in general has a pretty thick spine to it, so I mean, this should just tear this apart. Please don't replicate this. This is quite dumb to do with a folder. This one, the flipper tab is actually kind of protecting if the lock was gonna kind of break. It would be kind of protect the fingers, but don't do it in general. Putting a lot of pressure on that pivot. In general, these knives should be fine, but just to, especially when we get deeper in, there we go. Especially when we get deeper into this wood, that's fine. I'll try to do that one more time. Yep. I'll say that's pretty good. Destroyed that 1x2. Tip's looking just fine. Now we do have a little bit of blade play side to side, up and down, not as much, but I don't know if you can hear that. But you're having a little bit of blade play there. Besides that, actually did pretty well. Now we're at the cutting test, the edge retention test, which, however you want to say it, but I got 4 materials. The wood's going to be the last one. We got 4 layers of Gorilla Tape, 7 layers of packing tape, some foil, and a piece of 1x2 real soft wood. Next we're going to do the duct tape. Alright, so we're just going to do a couple slices down the middle here. And I don't know if that really went through. That went through maybe 1 layer, so I'm going to actually go this way. Let's see if we're actually cutting straight through. Cut through the wood, easy. Yeah, perfect, look at that. Just cut straight through that. I guess it was harder to see when it was going. Yep, look at that. That's beautiful. That's oddly satisfying, just peeling that up. Oh, so it did cut all the way through. Look at that. Because, wow. Okay. That is quite impressive. Hey, look at that. A lot of bugs on here. Nice. So, we're going to go to the packing tape right now. Horizontal cuts. Okay, now that one also straight through. This is perfect. Look at that. It's probably not going to be as satisfying to peel. Yeah, I hate packing tape. Look at that, perfect. Going straight through like nothing. Like it's nothing. So really good on the duct tape and on the packing tape. Next we will do the foil. Now this is going to be probably a little bit more tricky because it's going to either tear or fold in on itself, so we're going to try to kind of do this because I know if I slice it, it's going to tear it. Just kind of rocking the blade back and forth to cut through it, and it's going right through. Yep. I want to say I think this was five layers, so this would be 6. That kind of went through. Alright, let's try that. It's going to fold it each time. Yeah, that's going straight through. Nice. And we'll fold it one more time. So this should be 7 layers. That's pretty thick to cut through. And we'll go straight through like this. Use that belly of the blade. Almost cutting through. And we're almost there. Perfect. Look at that. Straight through the foil, straight through the duct tape, straight through the Gorilla Tape, packing tape. Now on to the wood. This knife is more of, I feel like this knife was specifically designed for EDC, like cutting cardboard and tape and whatnot, and plastic. This isn't really a wood cutting knife, but like I said, it does give you a feel for where the hot spots are, how it feels in the hand for these harder cutting tasks. And also gives a good idea on the edge retention after cutting through that foil. It's doing quite fine. I mean, it's a small knife, so I have to judge it like that. It's just kind of really digging into my hand. My pinky, I feel like it's really falling off the handle. That's a knot right there. We're not gonna get any kind of feather stick or fine like shavings with this blade. I mean, I bet there's someone out there that probably could do a wicked feather stick with this, but not this guy. Listen, it's get the job done. Again, it's not really designed for it, but I'll tell you, this is a very uncomfortable handle. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to finish this. Usually I like to, you know, kind of get to the end of this and break this tip off, but this is really uncomfortable. Yep, that's too uncomfortable. It's fine for holding it in like a pinch grip and opening packages and, you know, fidgeting with it, but besides that it's definitely not comfortable. But overall, pretty good. I mean, it made good work of the wood, so can't complain. Kind of did just complain, but it was good. Final test, which is actually going to be the first test for when I test watches. Well, it's okay. Basically, it's the drop test. I feel like sometimes we'll drop our knives and ideally nothing should happen, but sometimes a spring will get loose, pocket clip will fall off, edge will chip. So here to find out what will happen when we drop this knife. So first I'm gonna do, I know we're gonna hate it, I'm gonna drop it tip down and we'll go from there. I'm gonna be out of the camera's view here. This is, I wanna say, like 6 feet. Tip down. All right. Honestly, not bad. No major chip, so that's good. Edge down now. We're gonna drop it like this. Also around 6 feet. That kind of turned a little bit, so we're gonna do that again. I don't know if it's gonna really ever drop edge down. Well, maybe it will. Still pretty good. Definitely more blade play from side to side. And we're getting some scuffs on the G10. That's fine. We're gonna do it closed, pocket clip down. Okay, that opened up. Still pretty good. Now, other side, button lock, facing down. Nice. Okay, and then we're gonna do kind of half open here, just like a little twisty twist. This is gonna be probably 6.5 feet. Good drop. To be expected. Nothing really happened, just a couple of scuffs, not much chips. There is more blade play, but it's really just, we're really just seeing if something will happen. I mean, that was 6 feet, dropped straight on the tip, no chip. Pocket clip didn't come off, nothing, just blade play. Action's good, locking up. Yeah, I think overall, that's a passes the drop. You know what? We're gonna do one more. This is definitely, I want to say, like 7 feet tip down. I believe in this knife. This is why I'm doing it. Okay, I don't know if I believe anymore. Nope, I do. Look at that. Look at that. You know what you're seeing? Nothing, because nothing happened. That's awesome. Again, action's great. Okay, now there's a lot, that's a lot of blade play now. Look at that. Okay, so the 7-foot tip down drop, I mean, that's way, way, way too much. Is that pivot loose? Oh, okay. Tell you, makes it super smooth now that it's loose. I think 7 feet, tip down, never gonna happen. Maybe if you're on a ladder, maybe if you're doing what I'm doing, but definitely did really well. One second. You know, I keep forgetting the name of this one. I know it's the Apache BRS. I don't know, why can't I remember that? I don't know. So the BRS E-Volve, technically Apache. That was a test for it. Honestly, did pretty well. Mud test didn't really do anything to this knife. Really cut through the Gorilla Tape, packing tape, and even the foil pretty well. A little uncomfortable on the wood. Tip test, tore through that 1x2, and drop test. The only thing is a lot of blade play on there. So overall pretty good. I'm not here to rate it. I'm just here to show y'all what the knife that you're looking to buy or already have can do. If you have any suggestions on different kinds of tests or how I can make the test better, leave a comment below. I'll for sure take your suggestions. Please give this video a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and until next time, stay safe out there.